So you want to start your own YouTube channel? All right, I got you. Let's talk. Hey YouTube, it is me, Shayna of AtHereGoesCloset.com, and welcome back to my channel. As always, love having you guys here. Now I'm doing something a little bit different here on my channel, but it's something that I feel like a lot of you over the course of the last few months have asked pretty much the same questions about starting your own YouTube channel. And if you follow me on the community tab here on my channel, I did ask you guys, if you're aspiring to start your own channel, what are some of the things that you would like to know or tips that you need to start your channel? So I'm sitting down today and answering those questions for you. So I cannot wait to do that. But before we hop into the rest of this video, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I am Shayna of AtHereGoesCloset.com. I do a little bit of everything here on my channel. So please, before we move any forward, go ahead and hit that red button down below, subscribe to my channel, because I'm awesome. My subscribers are hella awesome, and you just to come on in and join our little awesome family. But if you were oldie but a goodie, you know I have nothing but love for you. So please, everybody, go ahead and hit that bell notification down below so you are notified every single time I upload a new video. Without further ado, let's talk about how to start a YouTube channel. One of the common questions that I got on my community tab question, and just in general, how do you get over anxiety being in front of the camera? How do you build confidence to start your channel? And I'm in a number of like YouTube influencer blogger groups on Facebook, and a lot of the questions is like, I'm gearing up to get myself to start my channel. And this may sound like really harsh and abrasive, but honestly, just do it. Shut up, sit down and film. That sounds really abrasive, but honestly, that is it. You do not get comfortable with being in front of the camera unless you're in front of the camera. You won't understand your own movements, your own quirks, your own way of talking, your hands, all that in front of a camera until you sit down in front of a camera. It will feel very awkward at first. You're gonna wanna look all over the place. I still do that. You all know this. The only way you'll learn, the only way you get comfortable is doing it. There is no other way. There is no like, process. While you're sitting here waiting and hoping and trying to figure it out, you could have been sat down, looked awkward as hell, that's okay, and start your channel and learn. This YouTube is not if you are someone that struggles with being in front of the camera, you're not gonna learn how to do that until you're in front of a camera. It's the same way how when people learn how to do public speaking. You don't learn how comfortable you can be in front of people until you do what? Get in front of people. So if you're trying to figure out this is what you want to do, or you're not sure, or you're afraid of people, this, that, and third, well, you can continue to sit on the sideline. That's totally fine for you. But if you want to be good at this, if you want to grow in this, you have to plan it, sit down, and film. That is it. You have to do it, because you're never going to do it if you keep making excuses for yourself. That sounds really like harsh and not super encouraging, but around these parts, encouraging does not get you to be any better. Yes, it's good to like pump you up, but honestly, when it comes to building a channel, you have to be disciplined to sit down and film. You have to know that you're gonna get this done and get your videos up, period, point blank. That's what it comes down to. Every single major YouTuber at some point in time decided to stop making excuses and put their videos out there. That's why their channels are growing. Whatever content it is that you wanna post, you have to plan it, film it, and post it. That's it. That's how you start a channel. But if you do not film, if you do not post, your channel is going nowhere. Honestly, I know it sounds mean, but you got to get over it. Your confidence is not going to just pop up one day. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, I could do this. You have to be uncomfortable. Get yourself comfortable. Get over your anxiety. I have anxiety all the time. I don't know if a video is going to do well or not, but you know what? I'm still going to post it. So you have to get over it, sit yourself down, and film. That's it. Now let's talk equipment. So we already decided that we're gonna film. This is what we're gonna do. Now you need the equipment to do it. A lot of people always feel like you need to have all of these like massive cameras, lights, all these things you're dropping thousands of dollars on. You don't need that right away. If all you have is a smartphone, you can start your channel with a smartphone. The iPhone 11 just came out. Google just dropped the Google Pixel 4. Smartphones today have way better filming capabilities than they did, even 10 years ago, 5 years ago. You can do so much more on your phones than you could ever do before. My vlogging video, the video I did of me drinking a gallon of water a day, was filmed all on my phone. All of it. Now, granted, if you have a certain level of quality in mind, certain level of quality comes with certain type of cameras. But if you can start today with your smartphone, iPhone, Samsung, whatever it is you have, you can start your channel with your phone. If you have a little bit more coin, or if you are ready to upgrade, I always suggest getting yourself a DSLR camera. I'm sure you all have seen one before. You guys pretty much know what it is. But your two powerhouses obviously are Canon and Nikon. Sony has great DSLR cameras. So you can find good cameras that will be able to take your channel to the next level. I currently film on a Canon T5i. I've had my T5i for 6 or 7, maybe going on 8 years now. I am fully ready to upgrade for a couple of reasons, which I'll explain as we go through this video. The T5i that I have has been a magnificent, I love the camera. It has got me through a lot, and I film my videos with a 55mm lens. Most cameras will come with a lens. It is usually the kit lens, which is about an 18 to 55mm. I went and invested in a 55mm lens. Those will run about what? 150 on Amazon, 150 at Best Buy, something like that. And I've made that money back 10 times over by now, just switching up the lens. Like I said, I shoot with my Canon T5i. The reason why I would like to upgrade from the T5i to preferably a T7i or another, like a Canon 90D, is because for 2 reasons. One, the T5i does not have autofocus. Some of you have mentioned in my past videos, my videos going out of focus. One of you were like, had made the comment that I should get an autofocus lens, which my lens is autofocus. The T5i did not have autofocus. And what autofocus is you ever watched your beauty gurus and they put their hand up here and they show you the product and it automatically focuses? That is what autofocus is. The T5i did not have that. The models after the T5i have autofocus. The second thing that I want to upgrade from is the T5i does not have Wi-Fi capabilities. So most cameras now have Wi-Fi capabilities added to it. So I can film and automatically upload or take pictures, and then those pictures can go directly to my phone. I can post on social media as I need to. Like, Wi-Fi just makes it way easier transferring files, moving files. It just makes it way better. But that was not available on my camera when I got it, which is totally fine because it doesn't make the camera any less amazing because I can still do what I need to do with it. But obviously at this point in time, it's just time to upgrade. The reason why I prefer a 50mm lens to film is because I really like sort of this blown out, blurred background, what was called a bokeh effect. So the 50mm lens is a fixed lens. I can't zoom in and out. It is fixed. It is where it is. So I have to adjust myself to the lens itself. And so that's why I really love the depth of field that is sitting behind me. That's why it's always blurred. But because my T5i does not have the autofocus, I have to manually focus the camera myself. So actually I do have my laptop that sits in front of me, if you guys can see here. So I see everything here on my screen. What I do when I'm about to film is I'll set the camera up and I will sit where I want where I'm planned to be in the frame. I will actually take a picture of myself. Take a picture of myself, and then I will go and adjust or change my lens from auto to manual. And then that way, as I move around, as I do here, the lens will not have to go in and out trying to find me. So I've been working on that a little bit more of my videos. I hope you guys noticed. But it makes it a little bit easier for me when I'm filming. Also, it makes it a little bit easier in editing because I don't have to worry about if the camera is going to be out of focus or not, because I already know before I even hit the record button that it is already in focus. On top of what I use to film sitting down here, I do have a vlogging camera. My vlogging camera is the Sony A5100. Listen, I love this thing. Unfortunately, I have not been able to use it because I busted my lens earlier this year and I've just been lazy about replacing it. But the beautiful thing about the Alpha series with the Sony cameras is that your lenses are replaceable. So I can always just buy a new lens. I've just been super duper wild lazy and have not done it. Now, This has everything that I need in terms of what the T5i does not have. It has autofocus and it has Wi-Fi capabilities. This is what I use a lot. I used to use a lot of times when I was taking my own photos for my blog and for my Instagram. I do not pay a photographer because I can't afford to pay a photographer. But when I do, if I have the extra coin, then I will. But most of the time it's just me out here. And a lot of times with this particular, with the Wi-Fi, you can download the app that comes with it. And I can see myself on the phone with the camera thing, so I know what the photo's gonna look like. I know how it's gonna come out. So this ran me about $550. It is, again, an amazing investment. This is super easy to travel with. I love that I can, because I do a lot of my vlogs with this particular camera. My travel vlogs is with this camera. Like, it really is just an incredible investment. The screen can flip up so you can, you know, if you're vlogging, you can see yourself, all that jazz. It is just a great camera. The Sony Alpha series will not steer you wrong. The only reason why I do not film videos like this with this particular camera is because after a while, like 15 minutes or so, the camera heats up too much and then it will shut down in order to cool itself down. So this is not really lend for long-term filming in one moment. Like if I'm filming, you know, snippets of a trip, that's fine. But if I'm sitting here literally talking to a camera for an extended period of time, this will get too hot and then it will shut down. So, but it is not, I don't really care for this for filming like this, but it is an amazing vlogging camera. Again, you don't necessarily need it if you don't have the coin to do it. If you have built up yourself a little bit and you would like to invest in more cameras, the Sony Alpha series is a great option for you to do so. In terms of lighting, I do own 2 soft boxes and 1 ring light. I'm sure y'all heard the infamous ring light. These things are not necessarily a necessity unless you plan on filming at night and your room has sucky lighting. I tend to film during the day, clearly, and I have great lighting that comes into my living room, so that's why I don't really use my lights as often. But at one point in time, because I had horrible lighting in my filming space, I did buy lighting. You do not have to buy that right away if you don't need to. A ring light might run you $180, give or take, and my soft boxes, I remember, I think I bought them for like $105 maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Great investment, like, again, have made that money back over the last few years. They're not a necessity if you don't need them. But if you do, you can always build and add things as you go. You don't have to buy everything right away to start your channel, okay? As far as microphones are concerned, I do not use an actual standalone microphone. I do use my phone. Actually, that's what my audio is through, is my phone. And then I also have audio via the camera because the camera is so far away, it echoes entirely too much. Rode mic is a great starter mic for new YouTubers. Again, it's not a necessity if you have your phone. There are options that you can work around. If you have the coin to go ahead and get more or to splurge on a microphone, then do it. It's okay. I don't have the knowledge behind what the best microphones are, but YouTube is a vast space. I'm sure you can YouTube the best microphones for YouTubers to use that are affordable. People have those type of videos out there for you. One of the next questions that some of you did ask me was, how do you publicize your channel? How do you get people to see your channel, market yourself, all that jazz? So YouTube is like any other social media platform. There's an algorithm involved and mixed in, all that jazz. What I find works for me, and I say this all the time, in the different groups that I'm a part of, you have to create good content consistently. That's it. Okay, that's not it, but that's the start. If you guys know that you can only post 2 days a week, then post those 2 days a week, but stay on top of those 2 days a week. You all know I've struggled with being consistent, and I've noticed that when I'm consistent, my followers are through the roof. Like, I get a lot more engagement, a lot more new subscribers, all that jazz. The second I slow down, I see a vast difference in the subscriber count that doesn't really go up as fast as it used to. I see a difference in the views, the engagement. It all slows down when I'm not being consistent. And that's how I know for sure. You have to be consistent in posting, okay? And I have no proof of this, but I do believe that YouTube's algorithm for me operates in a way that once I post a video, I have to be engaging on the platform, not just responding to you guys on a video, but actually engaging on other creators' videos, being a part of conversations on other creators' videos. Like, I'm someone that I feel like if I'm watching a video that creates conversation, then having an actual conversation on someone else's platform brings eyes to my channel. And I feel like that has worked very, very well for me. Obviously, you have to utilize all the other platforms that are out there: Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, Tumblr, for the brief time that we still have it. You have to be on top of it. No one, the freak accidents of people, exploding overnight, like homegirl that got 1 million followers in like 2 days because she lives in a van. She's an outlier. Those are not normal. Those are not everyday occurrences. Okay, for people to reach 1 million, that takes years of posting and being engaging and being in the mix of the platform itself. Okay, so for me, I find engaging on other people's videos, engaging on other people's comments, having genuine conversations on other people's videos, especially those who have a larger platform than mine, tends to bring eyes to my channel. Also, this is where you're going to have to do a lot of studying for yourself, understanding SEO. SEO means search engine optimization. This is how people find your shit. Okay, SEO can be very convoluted, especially since YouTube is connected with Google. You have to know your keywords. You have to know what the video is about. So if I'm doing a Fashion Nova video that's plus size, I have to title my video as such. What I like to do is I'll go and search on YouTube what other people like. Okay, try to explain it to you so it makes sense. My last Fashion Nova video that I did, the activewear, I looked up what people are titling their Fashion Nova activewear videos. So I would go and search plus size Fashion Nova activewear, and I would see how other people are wording their titles, and then I adjust my title accordingly, if that makes sense. I do know now that YouTube has the feature of adding hashtags. I don't know if the hashtags have helped my channel or not, but I do use the hashtags. As you only allowed 3 hashtags anyway, so it's not like Instagram where you can hashtag your life away. But I find that really making sure my keywords are spot on have helped bring traffic to my channel. So engaging on other people's platforms, understanding the SEO and keywords of my videos, and honestly, you gotta put yourself out there. No one's gonna do it for you. You got to be consistent with your work. You got to stand behind what you do. You got to be authentic in what you do. A lot of, this is me. If y'all ever met me in person, I'm just as crazy and just as loud, and rambunctious and in your face and outspoken. This is Shayna. Okay. If any of you have ever met me, please, if you can attest, let me know. But that is what you have to do. You have to be very, very, very active in your channel. Also, you got to be patient. You got to be patient, sis. I'm sorry, like, patience is a virtue or whatever. I hate that saying, but your channel's not growing overnight. It's not gonna happen. Your channel will take a lot of time to grow, okay? And you have to, if you're trying to chase this for fame or notoriety, go find something else to do with your time. Just don't even do it to yourself. Go find something else to do. Because this takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of persistence, a lot of consistency, a lot of questioning whether or not this is worth it. You got to have a lot of thick skin, because some of y'all be trying me. You have to be willing to put your all into this, period. That's what it is. There's no sugarcoating. There's no secret weapon. There's no secret hack. A tip that I think will work for some of you is plan out your content. Plan it out 2-3 weeks in advance, maybe even a month in advance. I'm at the point where I'm planning 4 weeks in advance. So I know what I got to film and when it has to go out. So I'm not scrambling to find content. It took me a lot to get to this point where I'm this organized, where I'm like, okay, I know, like, it's November now. So I know I plan on doing Vlogmas. I'm already planning my Vlogmas content. So all I gotta do is film. I'm not trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So if you can plan ahead, you know what you want to do for a certain month. You know how to get the criteria together. So if you want to do, let's say Valentine's Day is the next major holiday after Christmas, right? So if you know you want to do a Valentine's Day post, you can start planning out what kind of videos you want to do in February. And if it's going to be lingerie, you can go ahead and plan out what lingerie you want to go and buy, right? You can plan out the day you're going to film it. So that way it can go up in time for Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? You got to plan ahead, helps you work more efficiently, and your videos can go out on time, and you can stay on top of your schedule. That's super important. If you're already on YouTube, you're already posting videos, I highly suggest that you sign up for the YouTube Space newsletter. I live here in New York. There is a YouTube Space in Meatpacking. I do believe there is a YouTube Space in LA. You know what? Let me look up the YouTube Space locations. Okay, so if you did not know, YouTube does have spaces to which you can, at some point, once you hit a certain, I believe it's 10,000 subscribers, where you can film in the actual YouTube space. But YouTube often has events, networking, mixers at their spaces. There's one here in New York, which I have access to. There's Los Angeles, Mumbai, London, and I feel like there's another, that could be it, but there might be another one. But anyway, if you can sign up for these networking events, these mixers, you can attend these events and get to know other YouTubers, swap ideas, swap collabs, all that jazz. Like, as much as YouTube has exploded and a lot of people, and there's a lot of cadness that goes on YouTube, I don't have time for none of that, but it's still very much a community. And you can grow if you start attending more events, meeting new people, swapping out ideas, bouncing ideas off each other. Let's say you meet a YouTuber that's in the same sort of niche as you, and you guys do a collab, and one of you has more subscribers than the other. Boom, that's cross audience. You know what I'm saying? So that is a possibility. I definitely think you should get involved if you can. If you have access to the YouTube space, please use it. You can film there, you can edit there, you can rent equipment, you can use top of the line cameras, all of that jazz. I went to a mixer where I learned about a YouTuber. His name is Hella, and his YouTube and Instagram is called Hella Good. And Hella kind of got his fame, for lack of a better term. He ran every single day for 2 straight. He still does it now, but his notoriety was based off of him running every single day, not missing a single day for 2 straight years, and filming it, capturing it, and inspiring others to do the same. Okay, that was what his channel is based on, getting off your butt and doing it. Okay, and he was honored as a spotlight YouTuber at the mixer that I went to, and that's how I learned about his channel. You know, little things like that are ways to meet people, learn people. I know the New York YouTube space does, I did like a lesson on, like an all-day lesson on how to use Premiere Pro, which we'll talk about editing softwares in a bit. But they have all kinds of resources for you, so please use them. And the last thing I want to talk about is editing. I love to edit. For those of you who do not know, my minor in college was photography and film. So I spent a lot of time, especially most of my senior year in college, just editing. I did a lot of editing. I currently now use Adobe Premiere Pro. I recently decided to upgrade myself and push myself. If you do not know, Adobe Premiere Pro is a very, very robust software for editing. I didn't find it to be intuitive, but I've taught myself what I know via YouTube. YouTube teaches you everything. But also Adobe Premiere Pro is not cheap. It is quite expensive, but Adobe does have monthly subscription. So you can I pay $54 a month, and that includes like all of Adobe Suite, everything. Lightroom, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, anything that Adobe offers, I pay for it every month. If you want to buy it outright, I think it's like, I don't even know how much it is to buy the software outright. There's Final Cut Pro, which started with using Mac. I do believe that now Windows has a version of Final Cut Pro. Also robust, also very, very popular, also not always kind of intuitive, essentially. If you cannot afford to use either one of those, I do know that all Macs have iMovie, and I believe that iPhones have iMovie on their phone. So again, free options here for you people. Before using Adobe Premiere Pro, I was using a software called Sony Vegas. Sony Vegas did me very, very well. I paid $55 for the software, or 60. It's either 50 to 60, somewhere in that area. and I was able to download it off of Amazon. Sony Vegas was great to me. At some point, I found it to be a little bit limiting, so I wanted to really challenge myself to get my editing in a better direction, which is why I switched to using Adobe Premiere Pro. You can easily Google free editing software. If all you can afford right now is free, that's fine, but I would highly suggest, as time moves on, moves forward, that you invest in bigger and better software if you can. I think over time, growing your channel, you cannot stay with just the free stuff. You're going to have to at some point expand and really put money behind what you're doing. And one question did ask about income. As I said, if you're going into this wanting money, find something else to do with your time. Making money on YouTube is nice. It is absolutely doable. It could be people's full-time job, but it is not easy whatsoever. AdSense, when you guys watch my videos, I hope just, keep watching the ads, because, I get a little 17 cents. It is pennies on the dollar. Yes, it is a form of income for me. Every month I am paid by YouTube, and I do sponsored posts, so that adds to my income as well. However, that, I'm not in a place where, or my channel is not in a place where my income has surpassed my day job. I don't even know if I would leave my day job if and when I get to that point. You can make money. AdSense is definitely a thing. However, it takes a lot of time. It takes time to be monetized by YouTube. I believe now it's 1,000 subscribers in like 4,000 minutes or 4,000 hours of watch time. I don't remember. I don't know what the current criteria is, because when I was accepted, or when I got monetized few years ago, I believe it was only like 10,000 minutes watched or something like that. It wasn't as hard as it is now to get monetized. And like I said, it's only pennies on the dollar. Like you're not getting, at least I'm not. My CPM is not $1 per view. Like it's not that high. Obviously, if you're a YouTuber who gets millions of views a month, you're obviously going to get more money a month. And with sponsored posts or sponsored videos, obviously that adds to your income. So there are plenty of options. There's ways to do it, but because it does not happen right away, because you're going to have to really bust your ass to get your AdSense up, bust your ass to pitch these brands to be able to make money to get your video sponsored. That takes a lot of work. And if you're not willing to put in the dirty work to get there, just go ahead and give up. Fine. Just stay with what you're doing. Don't even come on the side of the road. Stay over there. Okay. But if you want to make this part of your income, that's fine. But don't lose your authenticity in creating videos because you come for a check. Because I honestly, let's be completely transparent here, you guys. I've turned down a lot of money from a few different brands because I don't feel like it's going to better my channel. Flat Tummy Tea has been in my inbox for years. And because I don't believe in Flat Tummy Tea, I can't, with a clear mind, take the check and do a video for you and then walk away. Like, that would look crazy for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that check that bad, honestly. I do, but like, my integrity matters a little bit more than being broke. So, you know what I'm saying, you guys? But it's definitely doable, but I would be very mindful of how you go about it moving forward. So there you have it, you guys. That was my tips on starting a YouTube channel. Hope you guys found this video to be informative. If you would like more videos like this on my channel, please thumbs up and let me know. If there are any other topics you would like me to discuss, leave them in the comment section down below. If you have any more questions that I did not address in this video, I'll be happy to answer them in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I am Shayna of thethickgirlscloset.com, and I will see you in my next video. Deuces, guys.